Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry that that statement seemed weird to you guys. I I apologize. There's I wish I could say certain things. I can't, but I can say this. I can apologize to all of you that feel let down by me. I can't, there's certain things that you'll know within like a week or 2 weeks, but I can address any other questions that you have. Um, I
That
guess
mean though that like
I was trying, yeah, okay, so I was trying to show in this, sorry about the statement. What nobody has shown in those messages is what my motive was. The motive wasn't to trash talk creators. The motive what, and I did, and you can hate me for that. That wasn't the motive. The motive was and I've got the receipt if anyone wants to see it of me asking her specifically for these Greene County medical records, okay, that I had found out just at that time no one had seen any of these records, and for 2014 certain things that we're doing, it's a whole hole in the story. And I'm like, how can I get these records? We need these records to fill in the blanks of the story, and they're very pertinent. And that's what and I'm sorry because I didn't explain it well, and I shouldn't have probably just read a
I have a
statement, but
question.
sometimes, yeah, go ahead.
Why? I just want to know why you don't address this on your own panel. Why you're coming to all the other
That's
TikTok creators.
Well, okay, for TikTok, I'm not good at, I could, YouTube, I'm better at. I've never held my own TikTok like panel. I wouldn't know how to do that and talk at the same time. Or I don't have,
Live before Becca. I've been in your live.
no, I had one live on TikTok and that was it. And I don't know, I'm not very good at doing it. I don't know how to do it really.
Becca,
I didn't
here
even
I
mean
have
to
I
a
go
just feel
I
live.
like
have a
I
question.
wasn't,
while
you would
she's
get your
here,
point
let's
across
just
better
talk,
if you would
okay?
come.
Mike's
Yeah.
got a
I'm,
question.
Okay,
I'm not,
I
so
feel like you would have a
Come on,
better.
my
Mike.
question is like
I'm
if
not trying to
that
not
was
take
the
responsibility. Yeah, go ahead.
motive, like why did you continue to talk to her?
I didn't basically after that point. Not very much. It wasn't very much. It was at the time they hated Into the Weeds, they hated Audrey, they hated Karma Collector, especially Karma Collector. They really hated those people. And you know what? I was wrong to say all those things. Was I trying to do anything to those people? No, I was trying to get in her, I was stupid. I was trying to get into her good graces because I'm like, what's in these records? That was my motivation. It wasn't to go like talk to Sheena or have a
What
relationship with
about the
Sheena or
emails? What about
what emails? Which
The
ones? Okay,
Annie
so
emails?
those 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 emails, which are I think there's three of them or four of them. Yeah, I could have sent them from my own account. I didn't actually send them though. Those if I did, I would have copped to it right now because I'm copping to this, right? So no, but those sentiments, I was listen with the whole thing with Toddy. She was relentlessly going after Case, saying he was this truthy guy, right? She was relentless. And I was trying to help her. I'm watching her blow up her channel. I'm watching her with these two other channels she's opened up. She's getting into these other communities. They're coming for her. And I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? You know, and she was coming to me like, do you think he's this guy? Do you think he's this guy? And I'm like, okay, well, let me look into it. You know, I didn't think he was, but I was like, let me do some research, right? After I did all the research, I'm like, here, no, it's not him. It's not him. Okay. It's not him. And so that's what I was trying to do with that. And after I told her that, she got upset with me. She got very mad at me and she was still going for him. And so in one of those emails from the Annie person who was my, friend, she copy pasted something I had written already about it. It was like line by line by line by line of my research of why Case wasn't truthy. And she like sent it over to her, you know
Becca, I
and
remember you coming into one of
Wait,
my lives
wait,
about
one
Toddy.
question.
Wait,
Okay.
really quick. I just have one question. Did Case Studies know that you sent that Facebook message of his wife?
Yes, I told him after all of this went down, I said, "Hey, I got to tell you, I sent and let me just yeah, let's talk about that. I sent it over to her to say, "Look, it's not the guy. This is not the guy." But you guys understand, she already had all that information. She already had all of that information. In fact, I've found the person who sent it to her. I'm not going to out it, but this person left a detailed message in cutting board Dawn's comment section yesterday. She said, "I'm going to admit to it. I'm the one that sent Toddy all of this information. And I did it long before Toddy was even going on her lives going after Case." She said, "I sent Toddy information on Bree. I sent Toddy information." This woman is an investigator and said, "I sent Toddy all of this information." So I wasn't trying to do anything. I was trying to help. I was trying to defend Case. I'm like, "Stop it, Toddy. Stop doing it. It's not him. Okay.
The
It's
chat
not
wants to
But we
him."
know.
don't see those emails. We don't see where you're saying to Toddy stop. And just
I
quickly, I wanted to ask when you were messaging
I have them.
Sheena and
Yeah.
you say that you asked her about these medical records that you're looking for.
Yeah,
Like,
I have it. Yeah.
so when you asked her, did she respond and did
Yeah,
you
she did.
continue to message her
She
after that?
responded. I don't think I really messaged her much after that because she indicated to me, I'll tell you exactly what she said. Hold on. Where is it? Sorry. She said some, I have to find it. Um,
Um,
she
because
said she indicated to me basically that yeah, she would look into it. I'll find it in a minute, the exact words, but basically, yeah, she was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do."
I have a
So,
question.
yeah.
What gave you the indication that Sheena had any access to these records? Just because
Because I
she's
knew
friends
Bree
with
had them.
Gypsy?
Because I knew Bree had them. I knew they all, that she could get
I
them
mean,
if she
does she
wanted to
really
get them.
though? Because if they were to
Well,
help Gypsy in any way, they would have been put out.
and that's what my
Doesn't have it.
question was too, right? Was like if, if they exonerated her in any way. But my main focus was about Dee Dee. About the problem is Dee Dee never told anyone she had cancer. She didn't tell anyone in Springfield, and that was like piquing my interest. Like, why was Dee Dee not telling anyone this? And it's happening around 2014. And I think in those
But
medical
getting
records,
Gypsy's records wouldn't do anything about that.
but it
Those
was,
are Dee Dee's.
yeah,
Those would be
right.
Dee Dee's
But
records.
then how did they get to the Hope Lodge? Did Gypsy have leukemia or not? Or was it Dee Dee who had the cancer and she was using her own personal cancer
But
records to get into the Hope Lodge?
we had
So no,
Dee
I couldn't.
Dee's autopsy, right? And it details the
Yes,
scars on Dee Dee's body and what she,
yes,
which procedures they were
yes,
from. So that already
right.
pretty much rules that out, doesn't it?
No, 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 no. Because how about it?
I don't
No,
know
no, no.
because the Hope Lodge, from what I have looked up, that is not like a children's cancer place. It's strictly for
Right,
adults, from what I
right,
understand.
right. So what I was
Okay.
trying to find out, yes, we knew Dee Dee had cancer. When I interviewed people in Springfield that were in contact with her, like almost on a daily basis, they were shocked. I said, "Did you know Dee Dee had cancer?" And they're like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, she had cancer. Did you know that?" "No, we didn't know that." "She never told you that?" "No." So that was like, okay, if in those records it either proves Gypsy had leukemia or not. If Gypsy didn't have leukemia, then was it Dee Dee who was being treated during that time? And that's a big part of the story. And I was trying to figure it out. And I saw all those 200 extra medical records. I had just found out about it. I had just found out that Greene County actually did have medical records. I thought they never had medical records. And no, they did. They had 200 pages that no one's ever seen. Now, Gypsy has access to them. And I understood that Bree had them. And so I was like, well, maybe we can get these and maybe we can figure out number one, Was Dee Dee the true patient over at Hope Lodge? Was that why she didn't tell anyone of her friends? Because
But Becca, wouldn't that be illegal for them to distribute a deceased woman's medical records to you?
um, no, I wasn't looking for. I don't think I can get Dee Dee's medical records. I was just trying to figure out, did Gypsy really have leukemia? Because if
At that
Gypsy really
time.
didn't
Oh,
have
I see.
leukemia, then maybe it was Dee Dee who was actually the one being treated at Hope Lodge. That's what I was looking for. This whole leukemia question has never been resolved one way or the other, if Gypsy had it or not. But they were at the Hope Lodge, meaning somebody had cancer, because you got to prove to them to be able to stay at the Hope Lodge. So I'm like, well, who had cancer? What's going on here? And that's a big part of the story, like I said, that no one knows the answer to that. And did Dee Dee, was she getting treatment in 2014, a year before the
But
murder?
why
With
would you go to Sheena of all people? Like, why would you? I don't
I didn't know
know.
who else to
It's
go.
just
I
about
didn't know who else to
that.
go to. You know what? It was, in hindsight, horrible decision, right? Horrible decision.
I would say
I
so, yeah.
Yeah, I was made a huge mistake.
So
I apologize to the people I trash talked. It was, you can believe me or not. It
yeah,
wasn't that
but
I
it
was like
wasn't just
trash.
trash
I have a
talking, it was
question for the
telling
chat.
people to go after another creator, like take them down. That's beyond trash talking. That's I don't
No,
the
no,
only
that
way
was about, no, no,
people
no.
I have
Hold
a
on, hold
question
on,
for the chat.
hold on. I just want to say something about that. That at that time, Sheena, you haven't seen all the messages. They're cherry picking the messages. You need to see all of them. Sheena is talking about how Karma Collector, that's about Karma Collector, which I don't really have a feeling about, but they were like really wanting to take him down, like because they were so upset that he was saying there was no baby and all of that. That statement is about Karma Collector. That is something that was brought up in, the messages. No, was I right? No, I was wrong, but I wasn't. It was basically how the message, you have to read the messages in chronological
The
order,
chat would like to know why you think of them as why you think of all of us as low IQ.
When did I say that?
You said that in emails
To who?
to Morbid and other people.
No, I did not. That low IQ statement is about this. When I was emailing him, okay, somebody had emailed me, a few people, and said and this is before he did anything to me. He's gonna do something, or he's talking about you, and blah 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 blah, and look at this and look at that. And before I did anything, I was like, before I could really like go and see what he was doing, I emailed him, not like really mean, but I just said, is everything okay between us? Because I'm getting some emails where people are saying there's something going on and you've said something and yada, yada, yada. And in response to that, after I looked into it, I said, I apologize, whoever those people were. That's who I was talking about. These people that were saying things that weren't true that I didn't check out first. No, it was a few people who had emailed me who I didn't know who they were. And
How was the message? I mean, we all seen it, Becca. Like this,
right, that was in response to, I was
I
apologizing
feel
to
like I'm
him.
low IQ right now.
No, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, look, I'm telling you exactly what that email was about. It was about a few people who were trying to get me to go say that Morbid was doing something to me and that we heard Morbid say XYZ. And, you can go check it out for yourself. Before I went to check it out, I took it as fact and I emailed him and I said, is everything okay? I have the emails. Is everything okay? Blah, 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 blah. Then after I sent that email, I went and checked what this one person was saying. Go listen to this. I went and listened to what he said, and I said, "Oh, that's not about me. That's nothing." So I emailed him back and I said, "I'm sorry. These idiots, who are sending me this stuff. These idiots who are sending me this stuff, who are trying to make a problem.
And then
That's
later on, you found out that he actually was plotting on you, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But this is before any of that
Yeah,
happened. And
yeah,
the
I
part
know.
and the part that the part that these people were telling me to go listen to, I went to his whatever his live or whatever it was at the time. This is like 6 months ago. And I listened to what he said, and I couldn't say that it was really directed at me personally. And so then I owed the man an apology. And I said, I'm sorry, these idiots emailed me saying you were saying XYZ. And I went and looked at it, listened to it, and I'm sorry. These idiots. Those are the idiots. Not everyone in general, not the people that support me in general.
So,
That's the context. You got to know the context. And if you want to see those emails, I can show them to you.
it's
That's
okay to
exactly
say
how
that
it went.
we have to know the context though, but we've been waiting for like 2 weeks for a
Are these
response.
the
Because I know.
The Annie emails?
No, 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 this is between me and him. Me and
Right, but
him. Those
The,
emails.
the
Yeah.
difficulty
there
is
were
though there's
some
so
emails that
much
were
to try
shown.
process.
Yeah, there
Hi,
were some
Starlight.
emails that were shown that I can't remember. Like, I'd have to go back and look. And it was like a lot of the same verbiage, I guess you could say. The whole like low IQ, blah blah blah. I don't even remember what they were about. I really have to go back
But they
and
came
refresh
from
Low
my
Annie.
memory.
IQ, mentally unwell.
There were the thing that makes people think about the Annie stuff is that they're in chronological order between like emails sent from Annie and the email sent for you, and it seemed like the conversation was fluent.
And the explanation marks and stuff that are not present in other emails but are from you.
That's why people are assuming that the Annie is you.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know. I'll take I didn't send them. Like I told you, she copy pasted some things I had already written out that I never sent. But yeah, I have no problem copying to what I did with Sheena. I mean, I have no problem. I I didn't. Those were copy pasted or that I know one was exactly copy
I would
pasted.
prove that one, like the Annie thing,
Yeah.
because that's the one where people are like, "What the fuck?" I mean, the
Yeah.
Sheena ones too, but
Becca,
Yeah.
um,
somebody's just said that Sheena shared the screen recording. She screenshot recorded the messages in order. So
Okay,
how is that
good.
cherry
Good. I
picking?
have them. I have them too.
I have
So
a
I have them
question
too.
about that Lady V situation that happened on Mimi's
Oh,
panel.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
yeah.
is it true that you actually do know her?
No, okay. I remember when I explained it the first time. I found out about her because Gypsy shut down her Facebook page. She either emailed me or someone that I don't know, one of my mods. I can't remember. Hey, Becca, this woman had her Facebook page shut down from Gypsy. It was like the big talk of the day. Hey, she wants to know if she can come up on your panel to, support her new page. And I said, yeah, fine. So she came up on my for 5 minutes. After that, emailed me, hey, will you be a admin or mod or something on the page? And I said, I don't really do Facebook, oh, but if you could just do it, it would help. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I clicked on a link. I've never went on the page. I guess I was a mod on the page. I was trying to help her. That's all I know. I don't know her in any other capacity. I don't have a relationship with her, except for that. That was the extent of my interactions with that woman. That's it. And there's no way anyone can prove otherwise because there's nothing else out there. That's it.
So everyone in
And
the
you, and you,
chats,
and you guys understand that this is the exact wrong thing that I was told not
the
to do
people in
this.
the chat are asking that it would be illegal to obtain those records. So why would you be trying to get them?
Illegal to do is obtain what? If someone freely gives you records, you can get them. If Gypsy wanted the truth to be known and it's her medical records and she gives them to me, then yeah,
And the
that's
other
not
question
illegal.
was, would you be releasing all of the emails with Morbid if he is cherry picking?
I don't really want to talk about if you know what is that going to really change other people? If you guys want to see them, then email me. I don't want to. I am not, I am not going to address this again because here's what's going to happen. Uh, This is going to be made into videos now. This is going to bring me more suffering. I'm so tired. I'm tired. I
Yeah.
don't want to do this anymore. Am I a great person? No. Am I like a horrible person? No. No. But all of these situations I got into, especially the Toddy and Case thing, I was really trying to help these two people. I should have just stayed the fuck out of it, you
I
know?
will I will give you that, Becca. You came on my panel and you did do your best to defend Toddy on a night where I was holding a live about her and you were trying to see the best in her there. So I have seen that from you. You did defend Toddy, and obviously I didn't know it was you originally because it was on a different account, but you did come on the panel and you spoke for her and you said you'd go speak to her about it. So
yeah, yeah,
just being honest, I saw that
yeah.
from you.
I I did this because a lot of people, not a lot of people, this is a very small little niche community on TikTok. I understand that, you know. And I know a lot of people were, wondering. And no, I was given strict order, not orders, but, the advice, do not. It will hurt you. It will hurt you if you speak out. It will be the wrong thing to do, even if you want to defend yourself. Does everyone want to defend themselves? Of course, people want to defend themselves. I wasn't silent because I didn't want to defend myself. It was because this would be really bad for me overall. It would extend this whole issue. It
But
would,
you wasn't silent though, Becca. You went to other creators' platforms to give your statements.
what statements? You mean
Wait, wait,
today?
wait, 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 wait,
Once
wait. Hold
before?
on. People are saying that Case didn't know that you sent that Facebook page.
Yeah,
I
apparently he's
did
been
tell,
quite upset about it this evening.
I did tell him after Toddy started saying things. I said, "Look, I got to tell you, when that whole Trucy thing was going down, I did send your Facebook page to her to prove to her, look, it's not him, okay? But at that time, she already had all of his information, and I can prove that. I can prove that. She already had his first and last name. She already had everything about
David's
him."
here.
Yeah, but she didn't have his wife's
Yeah, but
Facebook with a
Case,
picture of his
What
I'm
son.
not,
thumbs up?
hold
I'm
on, hold
not,
on. I understand that,
I'm
but
not,
Case is saying that you saying otherwise, so just be careful with that.
okay. Well, is there any other questions? Because I'm
Yeah,
done talking about
I re
this.
I really do just want to clarify, like the messages with Sheena, you said that you asked her specifically for these medical records that you're after,
Yes,
but apparently in the messages she's posted, there's no trace of that. I really just want to
I have it.
clarify with you
I
at what,
sent that. Yeah, I have that. I've already
okay.
screenshotted it from the messages. And
And then
if anyone,
at
yeah,
what
wants it,
point
I
did
have it.
you did you continue speaking with her after that? Like what was the conversation going forwards?
Not
If
re
so,
not
why?
Not really. I mean, I didn't ask her that right away because I was trying to build rapport with her. So it was like towards the end, there weren't a whole bunch of It wasn't like a ton of messages. I'd have to look, Jessica. Off the top of my head, it probably was maybe after I asked her about that, maybe three or four more messages, where she said she was going to look into it. So I was kind of waiting for her to come back to tell me about the records, if she was going to be able to get them or not get them, or she said she'd look into it. That's what the message
Becca,
was.
would you be open to talking to Morbid?
No, of course not. No,
Um,
no, I don't. I wasn't even going to talk about this right now.
I mean, I
This
think
is
it would squash a lot of rumors. I think it would be healthy. We're all here to mediate. We won't let
no, no,
any
Keish, no,
disrespect or anything like
no,
that happen.
no,
okay,
no, no,
okay.
no,
That's okay
absolutely
then.
not. Absolutely not.
So, there's just one
Absolutely
final
not.
question, Becca, from
Yeah.
Wildbird. Why was your statement in third person?
Oh, because I think that it was in third person because let me see. Let me see. I think I because I was in third person talking to Sheena that I was. Let me just read it again. I mean, I wasn't trying to make it in third person. I think when I started to write it.
Did you write that statement yourself, or was it written for you?
Oh, absolutely. Oh no, I wrote it myself. I used to
ChatGPT write
write.
it.
I used to write for a living. Huh?
I said to ChatGPT write it.
No, I've never used
True.
ChatGPT to write a thing. I wrote for 8 years articles. I'm not the best writer, but yeah, I got paid for it.
I
Yeah,
think
no, I wrote them.
overall it's difficult because for the most part, a lot of people are still not really buying it, and whether that's because it's been so long and you've not responded, or I don't know, but
Did Annie write it?
What?
Hi. Okay, once back up.
the explanation doesn't make a lot of sense. I do agree.
The explanation for what? Contacting Sheena?
Yeah, and like the
Or
emails as
any of it, to
well.
be honest.
No, it
What?
all of it. I do agree. Like the emails, the stuff with Case, all of it. It's just
I think
it's
a
Okay,
just
lot
really
of people are
confusing.
just really
I,
disappointed, and uh,
look,
Hey, Morbid, up. He's streaming us, so I wanted to say hey.
Hi,
don't
Morbid.
like you, punk. But anyway, sorry, Becca.
Fucking key.
okay, well,
You need to
I'm
keep
gonna
my
go
name out
now.
his mouth, punk bitch.
I'm gonna go.
No, he's not here, Becca. I'm not. I wanted to just tell you. I think a lot of people are just disappointed and kind of feel bamboozled, like especially some of the big creators that worked
Hmm.
with you, whether it was like through email or to see, whether it was like trolling or not. To see those things are disheartening. Like
I know.
Into the Weeds and Audrey and all them, like they
Yeah,
had mad respect for you.
yeah. It
I
doesn't take
apol
away from the work that
I
you've done.
apologize. I apologize, and there would be no other reason for me to contact Sheena except to try to get those records. I obviously my body of work proves I'm not trying to what I was desperate to get those records. I still am. There's still a big hole, and
Just a
I'm so,
big
I can't make
disappointment.
people believe or not believe anything. And I just wanted to say I'm sorry, for the things that I did and said. There was a lot of really bad things, and I apologize. And I'm just gonna, leave it at that.
I mean, we're
I
all human. We
appreciate,
all make mistakes. Just a
well,
lot of people were counting on you and rooting for you. So it's
Yeah, I think
yeah,
it's
we got to
disappointing because
process
Becca,
with you.
you did have, out of everybody, I think you had the most chance of really taking this forward, and everybody here was like promoting your stuff, and myself included. If you want to understand it, go watch Becca Scoops. Like her videos are really
I
good at
know,
putting it together, and
I
it's
know.
just so disappointing to see that you've kind of got swept away with stuff. And I think ownership would
And
have been amazing straight away
well,
because
yeah,
it
yeah,
it gives
and
credit
I
to thinking
apologize.
people are stupid.
I know, and I don't think people are stupid. And at some point, I'll be able to talk a little bit more about it. But right now, I just apologize. I really do, and I'm sorry. And um, I don't know what else to say. I got swept up into certain things because I wanted to help other people, and then it turned bad. It just,
But can you see that it only seems like you were helping yourself?
I don't, Jessica, I don't know. Maybe I need to put out all my information, everything that I
I think
have,
you should,
right?
because how I
I
don't
think you
understand
should, yeah.
how are
I'd
you
love to
trying
You
to
guys, I
help?
understand
gotta
more.
go. I'm sorry. I really have to go, but I appreciate you guys listening to me, and thank you very much. Okay? Thanks.
Yep,
Bye
I'll
bye.
have my eyes peeled for further updates.
I will